Keep an eye on it, Eduardo.
He found him before we found him, and now he's got the cows. Our satellite bull wasn't a satellite bull after all. He was the herd bull. I'm not shooting the last bull left in the valley that we know.
Hunting season has begun. And these men will put it all on the line for the hunts of a lifetime. This is True Magnum TV.
Oh my gosh, there's funny stuff. How about this? July 22, 1999. Glad we found the cabin. It rained quite a bit last night. That sounds like us last night.
Yeah.
No goats or sheep or bears or even people yet, but we're optimistic. Lots of wolves, caribou, goats, wolves. Lots and lots of wolves. 2 less wolves thanks to my 257 Weatherby. I like this guy. 2 less, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what, 150 caribou we saved in a year?
Moose, moose, moose. Man, we got most of these M's covered actually. As far as we've been up here for that M, and we've covered this M, and no moose.
Yeah, about that. I was thinking, you know, it's kind of funny how everywhere there's an M, we come across a waterfall. You think maybe that's we've been looking at it upside down.
There's a waterfall there, and there, and there.
Yeah.
And this one we could barely get around. They were warning us of the waterfalls. Not telling us there's moose up there.
You're there trying to keep us safe too.
Yeah. So we've been hunting for waterfalls. Well, we're good at it, because we found a bunch of them. Found every one that was on the map. That really didn't look like moose country up there.
No, it was
by any of those waterfalls.
No.
After a hard-earned trophy, Bo and the Hermanos know that they will be doing business together. It's time to celebrate.
Mira, voltea la cámara, viejo, que tome una foto.
Vamos, caballito.
Ah, caballero, ¿ah? Mira aquí.
Bottom of my heart, I'm so happy to be helping, involved in this. One of the only places I know where you can hunt on the beach. Man, why didn't we stay here the whole time, huh? I love the beach.
Hey, mommy. Hook you up, huh?
True Magnum TV is proudly presented by Cooper Firearms of Montana, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. Eberly Stock, Phone Scope, and global rescue.
Phase 1 of our exploratory mission is over. It's been good, it's been fun. Boy, we found some goats. Man, if you want to find a place to goat hunt, this is the place. And I know there's sheep here. We found several rams, some close to being legal, but it's time to pack up. There's an urgency to it. We see some snow up the valley, and we have to go back over that high pass that we almost got stranded on the other night. Phase 2 of our mission is focused on caribou, but I got a lot of other tags in my pocket still. When you go on a big mission like this, an exploratory mission in a place that you've never been and you're probably never going to be again, it's a little bittersweet to pack up and leave. I mean, we've seen some beautiful stuff, a lot of waterfalls. Just beautiful, beautiful country that you're not normally going to see. And the cool thing is we did it on horseback. You know, I know that there is a day that's coming when people are going to explore this country without having to get 200-300 miles of saddle sores. But when I'm old and my kids talk about when I went up into that country, I'm going to say, yeah, we did it the old-fashioned way. We rode horses, 2.5 miles an hour, plodding along. And you wouldn't believe what you can see in a 3, 6, or 10-hour day on horseback. It's the most beautiful way and the most beautiful pace to explore this country as far as I'm concerned. One second we're enjoying the most beautiful mountain view you'd ever see in your life, and the next minute there's caribou coming right at us, a whole herd. It's got the 6 points we need.
It's amazing how big a herd like that can just vanish.
And just like that, as quick as they appeared in this nothing, they disappeared in this nothing. There's always tomorrow.
You drive conservation, so you should be rewarded. True Magnum's hardcore store has the gear tested by the true professionals in the field. And every purchase earns Magnum bucks, getting you closer to your next adventure. True Magnum, adventure lives here.
Bordering China, the small country of Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, has never been hunted by outsiders. Bo Morgan has been invited to the country to discuss the feasibility of opening up parts of the country to conservation hunting in hopes of generating rural revenues and pushing out the poaching and black market wildlife trade currently plaguing some areas. Having never been hunted, this expedition starts at ground zero, researching, DNA testing, and collecting specimens from local markets.
Trying to find little shops that have anything made from wildlife parts, whether it be wildlife products, whether it be meat markets, any curios made out of wildlife parts.
Until Bo gauges the reluctance of locals to cameras, all filming is done under the radar with minimal equipment.
Only juice.
Do you know where we can find, we're looking for some horns of animals, some Down and around, huh?
Language and cultural barriers make every new venture in a foreign country difficult. But when most locals have never even heard the word hunting, that is an added obstacle.
English? I'm looking for the horns? No, the horns. Not cow. Not cow. Different animal. Very nice. Took a long time to carve that. Thank you. You have good horns? Horns? No.
Like this.
House already.
This one?
Cow.
This one gold. Oh.
In his game of charades, Bo is hoping it's just a matter of time until someone understands what he is looking for.
So you looking?
Looking for the horns. Horn from goat. Horn? Yeah, like that.
Bo finds pay dirt. If he can make a deal, it will be his first research sample, a red cirro from the area.
This side is network. This is network.
Not real?
Network. Yeah. It's original. You see.
Where'd it come from? What part?
This Yakai, you know Yakai? Yakai Niali, yeah. Yakai Niali, jungle, yeah.
For sale?
What?
For sale?
Also, this $30.
Huh?
$30.
$3,000?
No, $30. 30, sir.
$30?
Yeah, I know.
Bo has found his first evidence of local wildlife. The horns are purchased for DNA testing and classification only and will not leave the country. Bo realizes that the universal language of the smartphone is the best way to communicate his message.
Got 2 points. 1, 2, same. 1 and 2. Up and twisty.
Biggest problem with the last part of this phase is we need a couple of days or maybe 3 without a huge snowstorm because we're going up in some real high country. We'd like to find a legal caribou because this is probably the only good caribou country we're going to be in the rest of this trip. And the other thing is we don't know where the trail is. Nobody on staff currently has ever been up this one, so.
Take a 3x4.
Yeah.
That's what I can get him at.
Yeah. Rats. Well, let's find a bigger one.
A legal caribou needs 6 points above the bez, basically. So what we're typically looking for is 5 on the crown, and then the thumb, or the kicker as you call it.
Man, that's a nice bull heavy frame. If he's got the points.
I only got 4 on top.
Oh no. He's such a nice old bull. I know. Holy cow.
Hmm?
Yeah, that thing's all day long, ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's pretty.
He's a nice bull.
Let's go.
I wonder where they're going.
Yeah, they're kind of on the move right now, aren't they? Hopefully
Yeah.
we're not chasing them up that canyon all day. I hate chasing caribou. Is that him? That's him. Oh, let's take him. What's the range? This could get interesting.
The search for specimens continues.
Paint his eyeballs. Pretty nice. Hard work. Quite heavy, but I don't think that's the original horns. For sure it's not. Let's see, we put them on. This one is very big. These are from something else. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so.
Bo is finding the locals to be pleasant and helpful. This helps make Myanmar a desirable destination for conservation hunters, if they are allowed in.
These look like a robot head. I don't know. Muntjac horns there. Another set of muntjac.
In a stroke of luck, Bo finds a local hunter. When developing conservation hunting areas, local poachers who market hunt or provide wildlife parts for the black market are often rehabilitated to think towards conservation value of wildlife. They become stewards of the species for their newfound value and receive far better pay for being local hunting guides and game protectors.
Doesn't look like anybody I know.
Is that him? That's him. Oh, let's take him. What's the range? This could get interesting.
It's gonna be one of those things where just little baby steps along the way. And it's gonna be pretty tough, them not having a really grounded, documented source of their own.